Welcome back, wannabes and creators, to another episode of The Business of Art, the podcast that attempts to demystify business for artists. And this is the second to last in our mini season that talks specifically about our Kickstarter for My Father Didn't Kill Himself. This is the last Friday of the Kickstarter, so next week is just going to be a wrap-up of everything that I learned. We are now going back and retrying things that worked during this campaign. So we're doing a lot of Twitter marketing and Instagram marketing, and we're sending new emails out to people on our email list. We ran these campaigns and different kinds of campaigns throughout the month. We saw what worked, we saw what didn't work, and now I can pretty definitively say that the only thing that matters throughout the entire course of your campaign is how many people that you built a relationship before your campaign began. So those are people on your mailing list, people that you engage with, not just all of your Twitter followers. A lot of people just focus on their Twitter followers and say, oh, I've got 800 or 18,000 or 500,000. We should be good. But no, these are the people that you actually engage with. And if you have an engaged Twitter follower and an engaged Instagram following, an engaged Snapchat, whatever it is, I could name social media platforms and things all day. For us, it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and our mailing list. And it's about building those up before your campaign launches. Because I'll tell you, almost all of the backers to this campaign come from one of those sources. Very few came from Facebook marketing. Very few of those came from our Twitter ads. They almost all came from people that were on our mailing list or on one of our social media platforms. They pledged because we had built a relationship and we liked and trusted each other. I was talking to someone today and they were basically saying that they never get a response from anybody that's got a specific amount of followers. Let's say 18,000 is what I have right now. He's like, I've never gotten a response from somebody that had that many followers. It confused me because that's the whole reason you have followers, is to engage with your audience and to engage with them before it even begins, because those people that are coming during the campaign are probably not going to buy from you because they have no trust built between you and them. They don't like you, they don't trust you, they don't know you. So it's better to get them in well before the campaign begins and then start showing them information, feeding them good information, and then allowing them to grow with you. Once you have all of those people, to activate them when your campaign begins. Now, does that mean you shouldn't find new backers when your campaign launches? Of course not. That's why you're using Kickstarter. If you were just talking about engaging your existing audience, you should just do your own crowdfunding campaign on your own site. You're using Kickstarter and you're using Indiegogo or whatever the platform you choose because of their audience, because there are people that are sitting there looking at cool projects. Those people are going to back less generally than your engaged audience, and they're going to back more sporadically. They're probably going to back only at the very beginning and very end of the campaign, unless you are a staff pick. We're very lucky to be a staff pick this campaign, and it helped us. We got 11 backers from it out of 125. That is less than 10% of our backers came from the Kickstarter staff pick. Now, others from the Discover, yes, we got about 30%. That's the average of Kickstarter people that we don't know who just found us on Kickstarter. And that's good. I mean, look, if 30% of people come to the campaign that I don't know, I'm thrilled, because that's 30% of a community that I didn't have. Almost 40 people found our campaign that didn't know who we were. 40 people gave us money, and 40 people said, I like what you're doing. But there's 80 people out there, 60, 70% of the people that are backing us because they know us already, because they've known us, because we are a proven commodity, because we've proven that we're nice, that we're likable, that we give good product, that we focus on our market, that we're engaging and engaged with them, and that we want to give the best product available. And those people pledge more. Not only do they pledge more, but they are reliable and can be counted on to come back to our next campaign if we deliver something that they like. That is the biggest takeaway that I've seen. And it's something that, we kind of saw in the first campaign. campaign, we saw in the second campaign, we saw definitely in the third campaign, and it's something we've been tracking for a while. It is important to do Facebook ads and do Twitter ads and do kick track ads to find a new audience, but just know that audience is going to be much more expensive to find and maintain than the people that are on your list already. So it's better to focus on this stuff before the campaign even starts, months before. Start building your trust with your audience. Develop a podcast, develop a blog, start feeding them good content. I will tell you, of all the people that I know, there are not very many that provide as much free information as I do. Let's just take a little list of all of the free information that I use to help build trust with my audience and make them understand, and be behind me and know that I am out for their best interest. First, we have all of the webcomics. Every single one of them you can read for free every single week. Additionally, for free, you can go to freekickstartercourse.com and get free information on how to launch your Kickstarter. That's a 7-day course on how to launch, create, and fund your Kickstarter. That's completely free. You can go to Kickstarter University and register for a free account and get a bunch of training to move your Kickstarter along. Free. I also do seminars at almost every show I go to and panels at every show I go to where I give free information. On top of that, I have a podcast, which I put out for free. Maybe someone sees the podcast, goes to the website, and then goes to Free Kickstarter Course and registers for an account. But more likely, they found one of those pieces that speaks to them. They found a webcomic or an ebook that I've done for free that made them respond to what we have to offer. And now they trust me. Then they trust that I give them something they like. So they're much more likely to be on our mailing list, stay on our mailing list. On top of that, buy things from us on our next campaign. And again, it's about being a trusted advisor to people and making them feel like we are in it together. And we are in it together. This is the main piece. You actually have to be in it together with them. This is not something you can fake. You are on Wannabe Press, if you're on Kickstarter University or Free Kickstarter Course, I authentically want to help you. And I authentically want to earn your trust. I feel like I do every single day. There's no day that I go to bed and say, wow, I didn't serve my audience fully today. And that's so important when you're talking about building an audience. You have to serve that audience. You have to do for them without asking for anything in return, at least at first. And then when you ask for something in return, that audience is going to be enthusiastic about helping you. And that means you have to do a good job of building that audience and engaging with them and being really, really, really attentive to their needs so that when the Kickstarter comes, they're going to be enthusiastic to back you because you've already given them so much information and you're feeding them something that they want. My audience is built for people with a rebellious spirit and a sharp mind. If that is you, I'm going to feed you content of all different kinds. I'm going to feed you books and novels and podcasts and all of this information. And then you're going to say, wow, this is information exactly what I'm looking for. And then when I come out with my next piece of paid content, you'll be very likely to buy that piece of paid content because it speaks to you. That means that I cut out 90 to 98% of the entire audience, but that's okay because I'm not speaking to them. I'm speaking to those with a rebellious spirit and a sharp mind. That's what I've learned so far. I don't know what I'm going to talk about next week. Probably all just the trials and tribulations and sum up everything that we talked about. But man, you have to be out there building your audience beforehand. Those things and those people who are coming and backing the project right now, those are people that I reached out 2 weeks ago and they're finally getting around to it. But almost all of them are people that I can trace back to my mailing list, my Facebook, my Twitter, or my Instagram. Before we get going, I want to thank our sponsor. Do you guys like audio? Of course you like audio. And do you like books? Well, if you're listening to me, there's a very good chance you like books. So I've teamed up with Audible to give you a free 30-day trial of their system and get an ebook for free if you go to kickstarteruniversity.com/audible. Help yourself, get a free book, help the show, help Audible. It's a win-win-win. So head over to kickstarteruniversity.com/audible and get your free 30-day trial today. I want to thank Kevin MacLeod for our theme music and see you next time, guys. Have a great weekend.